Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 19th, 2023. I'm John Caro. This is Eric Sapanik, and this is the Gold Spy. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning.
Today we want to talk about our new Petrodollar timeline report that we just put out. We put it out to provide some context and background for what's been going on. The countries of the world have been buying gold at an increasing pace. The pace of deliberate acts to protect their money has picked up in 2022 and 2023 to the point where there's a really significant pattern emerging. Why don't you tell us what you see in that?
Okay, well, first of all, the reason why we expanded on this report is something we've been working on since 2013 is really when we started digging into this as a company. But we got a couple different emails, one in particular from some clients that were looking for more, especially something that's more updated to today's current situation. So, Dean, we listened to you, and we got this done. It's actually, I think, is one of the nicer pieces that we put together. It's not a video; it's an actual timeline that you'll be able to scroll through and see everything that transpired all the way from the Confiscation Act of 1933 to the Bretton Woods Act, and then all the way down to where, China now shook hands with Saudi Arabia and Iran, and so on and so forth to today's current situation. Because we are no longer talking about the petrodollar losing dominance as a possibility. This is happening, and it's happening in real time right in front of us. And we have sourced every last thing so that people can do their own research beyond what we have actually put there as well. So everything's open.
One comment, when Eric says sourced, you'll see the word source on the different little boxes. Make sure you click on those as actual news reports backing up the statement in the box. It gives it a feel of reality. It's really happening, and you can't ignore it.
And every single day, something new comes out. I mean, even like last night on Tucker Carlson, Elon Musk was on there, and he asked him point blank about the U.S. economic system, and he said that the global economic system at this point in time is something that is concerning. It's not just in our borders, and he brings up a very good point, and we've talked about this, how SVB Bank immediately had reverbs throughout the entire world, and the same thing happened during the housing crash. The Fed, their response to this, raising rates and continuing to raise rates at the same time, seeing stress cracks in our banking sector is something that's very concerning. And John, I'm sure you could probably elaborate on that.
Well, look, we're not isolated anymore. We're not a finite or discrete economy that can rely on itself and nobody else. Everybody's interconnected. And what we're seeing is mismanagement here by the Fed has ripple effects around the world. The problem for us is not the ripple effects we want. The other countries of the world are starting to catch up to us and protect themselves, and we're just sitting here doing the same thing over and over. The timeline is designed to give you a context, a framework for making decisions and understanding what's going on. So we urge you to take a look at it and look at it closely.
And the bigger company or the bigger central banks in China and the bigger nations right now, what they're doing to prepare themselves is buying a ton of gold.
Well,
that's what they're doing. So tons of gold. Exactly. So, I mean, I think maybe take a page out of their book if you want to find your personal situation, a better one down the road. And I think that comes the old cliche we say, don't wait to buy your gold, buy your gold and wait. And that's going to wrap it up for me, John, if you could close it for us.
I can't say it any better than Eric did. The timeline gives you a framework for decision making. I think you'll find it very useful. Make sure you take a close look at it.
Thank you very much. See you next week.